Hello everyone. We are starting a series of masters and our first topic is the age of Chaucer. So let's begin. The age of Chaucer is named after a greatest poet of Middle English period, that is Geoffrey Chaucer. We consider age of Chaucer from 1340 to 1450. Geoffrey Chaucer is a great figure in English literature. He is famous for his work The Canterbury Tales. He is called the father of English literature. The age of Chaucer is also called the age of war, love and religion. अब हम थोड़ा सा historical background में जाएंगे. It includes the greater part of reign of Edward III and the long French wars, the accession of his grandson Richard II, रेवोल्यूशन ऑफ 1399, द डिपोजिशन ऑफ रिचार्ड एंड द फाउंडेशन ऑफ द लैंचेस्टर डायनेस्टी. इसको हम 100 ईयर वॉर्स के नाम से भी जानते हैं. द एज वाज आल्सो सफरिंग फ्रॉम द सोशल एंड इंटेलेक्चुअल मूवमेंट, द टेरिबल प्लेग, आल्सो कॉल्ड द ब्लैक डेथ. द ब्लैक डेथ रिजल्टेड इन मेनी सोशल चेंजेस, पॉपुलेशन डिक्रीज एंड लेबर बिकेम लेस. दिस पीरियड आल्सो ब्रिंग पॉवर्टी, अनरेस्ट एंड रिवोल्ट अमंग द पीजेंट्स एंड द ग्रोथ ऑफ द स्पिरिट ऑफ इंक्वायरी विच वाज स्ट्रांगली क्रिटिकल ऑफ द वेज ऑफ द चर्च. अब हम थोड़ा जोफे चौसर के बारे में जानेंगे. जोफे चौसर कौन था, उनका कंट्रीब्यूशन क्या था इस एज में. The date of birth is uncertain but is now accepted as in 1340. He was born in London. He is best known for his Canterbury Tales. He belongs to a merchant family. He was the first writer poet buried in Port's Corner in Westminster Abbey. Chaucerian poems is divided into three stages: the French, the Italian, and the English. पहला period, the French period. The poems of the French groups are closely modeled upon French originals. The style is clumsy and immature. Some poems are the Romance of the Rose, written in octosyllabic couplet, and the other poem of this period includes the Book of Duchess and the Complaint of Mars. The second period is in the Italian period. This period shows a decided advance upon the first. The technical ability of this period is great and a greater stretch of originality. Some works belong to this period was Annalida and Arcade, and the Parliaments of Aulus, Troilus and Chrysides is held to be the Chaucer's best narrative work. The English period. The third period is in the English period. The English group contains works of the greatest individual accomplishment. The achievement of this period is the Canterbury Tales and the Legends of Good Women. To this last stage of Chaucer's work, several short poems and few short early poems are there. Short poems include the lack of straightforwardness and compliance of Chaucer to his empty purse. Short early poems such as Origins upon the Magdalene, which have been other poets of the Chaucer's age are. There are also many more other writers of this age who were outstanding. Some of them are as follows: William Lalande, John Gower, John Barber, Sir John Mandeville, John Wycliffe, Sir Thomas Malory. The first writer of the Chaucer age is the William Lalande. He is one of the early writers. He was a satiric poet. He was famous for his work, Verse and Promenade. His style has a sombre energy and intense but difficult to decipher seriousness and an austere simplicity of treatment. The form of the poem he wrote is. The second one is the John Gower. He was a man of means, and the three chief works of Gower are Speculum Meditantis, written in French, Voc Climentis, composed in Latin, and Confessico Amantis, written in English. He has a diffuse and watery style of narrative, but occasionally he is brisk and competent. Though he was inferior to Chaucer, but his contribution cannot be ignored. The third is John Barber. He was the first of the Scottish poet to claim attention. His great work is his Bruce, a lengthy poem of 20 books and 13,000 lines. The fourth is Sir Jovan Mandeville. He compiled and published a French book of travels between 1357 and 1371. This French work was very popular and it was translated into several languages including English. He crossed the sea in 1322 and traveled in many strange regions. His personal narrative is invention. His famous work is travel. The style of his writing is sweet and clear. John Wycliffe. He was born in Yorkshire, educated at Oxford. He was strong in his denunciations of the abuses. He wrote many Latin books. In his support revolutionary opinions, he issued a large number of tracts and pamphlets in English. He became popular for translating Bible into English at the end of his life. His English style was not polished, but it is vigorous and pointed with the homely simplicity that made it appeal both wide and far. The sixth one is Sir Thomas Malory. His famous work, The Morte Author, is a compilation. The book is written with a uniform dignity and expresses the very essence of romance and cavalry. It is a skillful blend of dialogue and narrative and is full of colors and life, while the style has a transparent clarity and poetic sensitivity, which makes Malory our first great individual prose styling. Now we are going to discuss the literary features of this age. The first feature is standardizing of English. The period of transition is now nearly over. The English language has taken down to kind of average to the standard of the capital city and of the universities. French and English has amalgamated to form the standard English tongue, which attained to its first full expressions in the works of Chaucer. Prose. The second feature is prose. This era sees the foundation of an English prose style. The works of Mandeville and Malory, we have prose that is both original and individual. The English tongue is now ripe for a prose style. The language is setting to standard, and the growing desire for an English Bible exercises steady pressure in favor of a standard English prose. Third feature is a curious modern note begin to an apparent at this period. There is a sharper spirit of criticism. The vogue of the romance, though it has by no means gone, is passing, and in Chaucer it is derided. The freshness of romantic ideals is being superseded, which even at this early time is fainting foreshadow. Another feature that at once strikes the observer is that the age of anonymity is passing away. Though many of the texts still lacks named authors, the greater numbers of the books can be definitely ascribed. Moreover, we have for the first time a figure of outstanding literary importance to give to the age of the form and pressure of his genius. Scottish literature. For the first time in our literature, Scotland supplies a writer worthy of notes. Now the conclusion. We may summarize all the Chaucerian features helps to create this modern atmosphere. The crude and placidity, humorous observation, the wide humanity, the quick aptness of phrase, and detrious touch upon the meter, and above all the fresh and formative spirit, the genius turning gross into. Given you one more conclusion to conclude the Chaucerian is this is. Thus, the age of Chaucer was an extraordinary period of English literature. It was essentially an era of unrest and transition. It is an era of intense social, political, religious, and literary advice. It is the meeting ground of the medieval and the modern, the Renaissance and the Reformation, the old and the new, and the religious and secular. In short, it is a remarkable age, an age in which men like Chaucer makes their marks. Thank you for this video.